Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you guys here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Different live free picks for today's card. Today, you get free picks from the NBA, Major League Baseball 11-game card on a Thursday with lots of day games. NHL, 4 games from the NHL. I think we're going to have too many days where we have 4 playoff games, but this might be one of the last days we do unless these games get extended. And, of course, at the end of the show, we'll have our Parlay Purple segment where our cappers can give out a parlay. They can give out team player prop, game of the future, or they just say, hey, play it straight. We'll let the cappers decide that. First things you want to do, guys, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you get notified of all of our live shows. And, of course, give us that that thumbs up right away. Help us build up that audience. We greatly appreciate that. So we'll go ahead and meet the cappers and get right to the picks. We don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Let's go to Rod. Rod, what's going on? You are smoking the leaderboards right now.
Not too much, Tony. Just continuing to stack up the units and continuing to win. Lakers. My only loss yesterday was the Lakers went 4-1. Figured they would fight, but man, they tried late, but they just couldn't close it out. Minnesota pulled away late on them, and so much for that. No Lakers in Boston in the finals this year. Sorry, NBA. I know that's what you wanted, but the Lakers just didn't have enough. Especially had 2 guys to run it up and down and contribute. Yeah, that didn't work so good. You need at least 3 to get rolling. So, congratulations to the Timberwolves for moving on.
That's right. I think JJ made a direct statement to management. Hey, we need a supporting cast because he didn't trust them. He didn't trust them very much in the series, and I don't blame him. And I'm not going to blame him because there's a lot of TV timeouts. These games are extended long, so these guys have a lot of recovery time. As long as they take care of their bodies, you should go 40 minutes in the playoff game. I don't have no problem with that. They used to do that back in the day. Let's go to Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Coming off 2-2 day yesterday, we did cash our NBA best bet of the day with the Rockets there, and that one almost slipped away when they started putting all the benches in and everything. But they still maintained the 4 that we needed, so got that. Yeah, I don't think that's the same Lakers in 5 everybody was talking about, but there you go. You might have been right, you might have been wrong. Half glass empty, half full, however you want to look at it. But they're out of contention, and Timberwolves moved on. We'll see how far they go. I don't know. But, yeah, on his bench, I couldn't really believe he used Kleber, who hasn't been in since January, as opposed to some other people that have been there. I think that was a bad move on his part. Dalton Connect was ready to go. You've got some other people ready to go, Vanderbilt, things like that. But live and learn, whatever. We'll see if he's there next year. Don't really care. Not a Lakers fan. I'm not going to hate. I'll leave that to Sean. But, yeah, coming into a good day and a good card. But, yeah, I mean, I've been trying to check on my Lakers fans. I don't know how y'all are, but I don't think that's the Lakers in 5 y'all wanted. So,
No. All the Laker podcasters out there are crying right now. They expected another month of the season, but they're not going to get it. So
somebody's on Shannon Sharp.
They're really upset right now. Let's go to Sean. Sean, what's happening?
I don't want to gloat too much, but I mean, really, they were minus 190 favorites. Why were they? Oh, it's Luka and LeBron. 2 guys who are one's at the end of his career, and again, he puts up numbers. And if we're the stat nerds, you want to go into those plus minus, all that kind of crap. He's terrible when it comes to that kind of stuff, right? And I don't even care about the plus minus kind of nonsense. And then you want to blame JJ Redick for not using the bench. Well, I mean, and then I saw LeBron say something like, well, I don't want to say what happened because AD said something, they shipped him out. No, MF, you shipped that cat out. You forced him out of there. It's Luka's fault. I don't know. That guy, he was hurt last year. He went to the finals with Kyrie. I don't know. What's the difference between Kyrie and LeBron? I wonder why. Weird how one goes to the Stop. LeBron is not the GOAT. He will never be the GOAT. That is a joke. You lost with Luka, prime Luka, 2-1 favorite, 4-1 gentleman sweep out the door. Whatever. I mean, why are you shocked, Laker fans? You should really. You got to take the blinders off. If you're a fan of a team, take the blinders off. LeBron coached the team. He's the GM, Ron. He gets coaches fired. He brings whoever he wants in there. Please stop. I don't know. Kyrie was in the final. Kyrie was in the finals with Luka. Justin.
Yep.
How'd that work? What was the difference?
That's right. LeBron has, as you know, he can opt out every year in his contract, so he can walk this year. We'll see what he wants to do. Maybe he made a hint there about AD. Maybe there'll be a reunite there.
Why would you want to go play with LeBron? So what? Then you get on his bad side and he stabs you in the back and you're traded. Yeah, Redick. We could say he lost because Redick. He wanted Redick. That's his buddy. That was his podcast buddy.
Yeah,
that's what he wanted. He wanted that guy. That's the problem. I mean, come on. In March, that made the trader was like, look at that, we're winning. And
everybody thought it was great. He was smiling. He liked. I mean, like I said, you can't walk back and talk AD because you seem happy playing with Lucas. So I don't get the whole thing. Yeah, Jackson Hayes. Yeah, Jackson Hayes have stuff off the court. I don't think if you go back and do some research on that, there was a reason why they didn't want him to get too much of a high profile by playing him in the playoffs. There could be something going on there, but he's got something going on there off the courts.
But here's the thing. Yeah, they had the Marcus Williams trade canceled, but they also had Luka handed to them. Yeah, you gave up AD, but that's what happens when you give up a 30-year-old guy who has health problems and you get a 25-year-old guy. They made that's the team they wanted though.
A 25-year-old guy with a pot belly, so it's kind of like, come on.
Yeah, but that didn't stop him last year. Again, he was in the finals last year.
I know it didn't, but it sure did this year.
Yep. This year with LeBron, it's a little embarrassment there. So, well, we'll see who. Right now, the Minnesota's waiting for the winner of Golden State and Houston. There in that, we'll have a game 6 tomorrow in that series. At least we got a game on Friday, right? We're wondering, will we have a game on Friday or not? Well, we got one there. So there we'll have Golden State there, and we'll see what happens today with some of these games as well. And of course, 2 elimination games going on right now. So there we go. All right, the 2
games. There was a little one when he came back. Come on, when he came having that injury, he was a little slow. Even himself was like, oh. Feel a little winded here. Can't go the same minutes I used to.
I don't know if he threw the game last night, but I was kind of shocked that they kind of gave up. I guess he figured, you know what, we're down 20. I got a bunch of 30-year-old old guys.
That's it. Old school move.
That's exactly.
We'll go back.
You start making it going.
They played like crap early, Justin. It was like, you know what? What are we doing here? I'm gonna pull out a bunch of 35-year-olds.
That's old school. That's an old school move. They used to do that, especially in Game 6. You would see that a lot in Game 6. The team,
we're getting crushed. Whatever.
Yeah, take them to the bench. That's how we see it. Yeah, they got sometimes. Yeah, the backups that did play well there, but we'll see what roles. Of course,
but again, that's the proverbial. Here comes the run in the NBA, right? You're up 22. Everybody gets lethargic over there. It's like whatever. They're laughing, giggling. The other guys are out. Here come the guys off the bench. And whether it's 1986 or 2026, here they come. They're going to shoot threes. Then all of a sudden it's a 10-0 run and it's a game. And it's like, oh, look at this. They're still like they don't have life. It was one team was like, whatever, we're up 24, and the other team was like, hey, I never get to play. My family's gonna see me on TV. Maybe some hot chick. I'm gonna get laid tonight. She's gonna see me score 14 points. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot.
Yeah. And that's what happens. And also too, just like it can blink the rest, like Orlando, a 2-point game, and you blink your eye and Boston's up by 20. That thing turned out ugly quick. There, LA Bull. I told you that I didn't trust everybody was on the Clippers the last game. I didn't trust the Clippers. I looked at Denver yesterday.
Well, when we jump, let's jump
into the game. Let's get into the game. Let's go. Here we go. And Knicks and Pistons here. We got the Pistons 1.5, 2, total 213.5. Knicks up 3-2 in the series. Nuggets looking for the closeout on the road against the Clippers. This was 7 all night. Now we're seeing some 6.5s pop up. Pinnacle still holding 7. South Point is Chris is at 6.5, so the Sharps are split right now. We may see that go to 6.5. Total sits here 212. Let's take a look at the injury report. Clean injury report for the Knicks. Ivy out for Detroit. Stewart questionable, but he was questionable for most of the games of the series, and he ends up being out at the end. So you have to look for the happy hour to find out Stewart's status. Denver and the Clippers clean on both sides. We start with Rod.
Yeah, for me, looking at that, if Stewart comes in, which is most likely for the Pistons, I think that messes up chemistry on a team when a guy's returning and you got to insert him in there. And you look what they did against the Knicks, and they were rolling along without Stewart in there and got the win. So you inject Stewart into that lineup, and I think that messes up the chemistry and stuff. But also, this Knicks squad is just following a home loss this year. They've been money bounce back spot. They're 13-2 straight up following a home loss. Are these Knicks? And for me, you look at what Detroit's have done in this playoff so far at home. Lost both games at home here, and extends their 0-9 run at home in the playoffs with 0 losses. And guess what? The Knicks are going to come in. They're going to get the win. They're going to make you 0-10 and finish off your season. Give me the Knicks to end Detroit's season there in that one. And then looking at the Denver and the Clippers game, I'm going to take the over in the first half. I think we see plenty of points here in this first half. You look at the Clippers off of an offset loss as a favorite, 11-2 to that over in that first half. And the Nuggets all season long, well, they're 30-12 to the over in the first half. Both these teams, you look on the road, Nuggets scoring about 60 points a game in that first half, while the Clippers are scoring 57 points a game in that first half. That's plenty enough to get us over that first half total. Take the over first half. Clippers, Denver.
Yeah, from Ron on over to Chris.
Yeah, I like the over in the entire game for the LA and for Denver there. They keep fluctuating this total. I mean, we started this series kind of high with 224. They've lowered it and gone up 213, 211, 209, 212. We'll take it over. I bounced back and forth on that previously with the Rockets in the Golden State game where we went under and we thought it was a low total. So take that. I'm gonna take it over. I think these guys get up in LA on this one, and same direction with the Knicks one as well. I know we've gone under on that one for the past ones, but they just keep dropping that total, trying to get you to go that way. So I would I think let's see where we're at. Yeah, another 213. I'd go over it today. I think this is a desperation type thing for Detroit to stay in this, and I think we see some offense on both sides.
There we go with that. With Chris on over to Sean.
Yeah, I want to lean with you over there. What Chris is saying with this game, I sort of want to take the Pistons. I thought this game would be like a 6 or 7 game series anyway. So I like to see the Pistons just because they're the young upcomers. We want to, we kind of see that with Minnesota and OKC the last couple of years, young teams coming through. But I don't know. I think it's a tough one. It's a coin flip again. Over for me in that one. And Denver. I mean, how I fell for the Clippers the other day, -6. I'm like, all right, look at this. And yet, here we go. I mean, Mr. Murray, are you kidding me with this guy? Someone said that he's got more 40-point playoff games than Kawhi, Kobe, LeBron. Like, he's just more than Tatum. Where did this guy come from? Like, wasn't he hurt like most of the year? Like, oh, if he plays, who knows if Murray's going to play? Now he's dropping 40 every game.
Yeah, well, in game number 4, he had a really explosive move. He got explosive again, which was if you watch that when Nuggets went up by 20 in that third quarter, man, this dude was really explosive on the court. So it looks like he's back to full health. You know,
I mean, it is crazy. This guy out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I don't say out of nowhere. We knew he was a good player, but 40. I mean. Here he comes, dropping 40s and 20s left and right. Yeah, sign me up for Denver at 6. If I'm going to get these kind of games out of him, and I still have Joker, I don't care about playoff Kawhi. No, it doesn't make a difference because now you got an equalizer on the other side who's just going to go punch for punch and score 50. He don't care about Joker. He says, "Oh, you're going no, I want the ball."
Yeah,
6 points. Give me the Nuggets.
Yep, that's right. You're getting peak Murray right now. Especially looks like those knees are fine because he's got the explosiveness on the court again. I'm going to give respect to Detroit for winning 2 games in Madison Square Garden. That's hard to do. Also, they played the Knicks very well this season. Stewart's he doesn't need the ball. He's more of a rebounder defender. So I think he should mix in pretty well if he returns. Remember, he's missed 4 straight games with that knee issue. So it's not really, I think, a lock that he'll come back. But I'll look here at the Pistons here to get it done. Knicks only shooting 44% in the series. Knicks really been winning the rebounding battle, and really that's what it gets down to as we get deep in the series. They're getting those extra possessions. So I'll look at the Detroit in that spot, and I agree there with the Nuggets. This Clippers franchise is a choking franchise, and you can change the arena, but at the end of the day, you're still wearing the Clippers uniform. The uniform hasn't changed. I've seen it. They've been nothing but CHOKE since I've seen them. Clippers defense has really gone south. This was supposed to be the thing. That was Lou's company. Yeah, we're a great defensive team. The defense has sucked here the last. When you need the defense the most in game 4 and 5, there was no defense to be said. You know what? Listen, Nuggets are a veteran team. They'd like to avoid game 7 if possible. Make game 6 competitive. That's all you got to do. And as I said, Murray looks to be back to his peak form right now with that explosiveness on the court, really fast out there to the whole, an aging Kawhi and aging Harden won't be able to keep up with Murray when he plays at that peak performance. So I'll look at Denver at plus the points. All right, let's continue here. Z-Block turnovers. Yeah, also turnovers as well. Denver takes care of the ball very well, by the way. Let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. We got you through the NBA, so let's get to this baseball card. 11 games. We'll do it. We'll start with 5 and close with 6. Just looked at the pitchers. Looks like all announced pitchers will go. There's been so far no pitching changes, but you got to stay tuned for the happy hour because there may be as we get later in the day. We might have some rain in Cleveland. It's a 58% chance of rain, but to warm weather. But the wind is blowing out there as in that stadium in Cleveland. That looks to be the only. Although we do have a 37% chance of rain in Chicago there, as Milwaukee and Chicago play in the afternoon. So there you're updated here with that as well. Slight chance of rain in Pittsburgh, but again, no changes in the starting pitching. So let's get to the baseball here. We'll start with 5. It's Games Day. Cubs at Pirates. Pirates coming down. This number was much higher overnight. It's back down to $1.42, total 7.5. Cardinals and Reds. The Reds $1.12, total 8.5. D-backs and Mets again. The Mets up to $1.63, total 7.5. Twins and Guardians. The Twins $1.09 on the road, total 9. And we'll end this block with KC and Tampa Bay. The Rays $1.56, total of 8. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and looking at that KC and Tampa Bay game, you know what? Give me Seth Lugo and the Royals there in that one. Playing the better baseball right now. Tampa Bay's offense definitely just struggling to score runs. And when they do that, this Kansas City team, hey, they're 6-0 versus teams that are scoring less than 4 runs per game this season. So solid spot. Give me the Royals there in that one. And then, hey, another early game here. Hey, Zach Gallen's out on the road. So you know what I'm doing there. I always fade that guy. I see him, fade him. Home, away. He's not been good this year at all. So definitely not looking at the strikeout props for Zach Gallen there, Mr. Whiskers. You can if you'd like, but definitely not. I don't trust that guy at all. He's fallen. And I will take the Mets on the run line with Senga going on the mound. I think they'll get him plenty of run support off Zach Gallen and cruise to the 2+ run lead there. Give me the Mets on the run line. And now
couple there from Ron. On over to Chris.
Yeah, looking at the Cubs and Pirates, definitely Skeens day today. But instead of giving you guys a side, I don't want to be that guy. I'll give you an under. I think Colin Ray and of course we know what Skeens does. He promotes himself here, but Colin Ray's been pitching pretty well here. So I would take the under first 5. You can take it full game if you'd like, but under first 5. I think is the way to go. Once these guys are out, who knows what could happen? But while they're in there, I think it's a pitcher's duel between the two. And looking at the Cards and the Reds, Cincinnati did terrible yesterday in that doubleheader. But today we've got Andrew Abbott. I thought originally I saw Hunter Green, but I guess he got scratched in place with Andrew Abbott. Still not a bad choice. I would take Cincinnati on money line, run line, whatever you want to. You can take on money line day. I trust Abbott a little bit better than I do Libator there. So those are 2 I like.
Yeah, with Chris, on over to Sean.
I like the Cubs early. I wish I would have took them last night, the bigger number. Listen, Skeens is great. They can't be laying this kind of number. That's just sad. They have 12 wins. They're 3-3 in the starts. They're 3-3 in the starts. So no, thank you. I saw somebody says they don't like Abbott. I like Abbott. I think Abbott's a good little lefty. I'll give me the under because Libator's actually pitched well. Lefty's on the hill early, getaway day. Especially off a sweep. The Cardinals, right? They swept the doubleheader the other night with these guys. Yeah. Give me the under in that one. And I know, Rod, we were off air doing this one. I'm like, I got to take Gallen because all right, the Mets got 20 wins or whatever. Are they 165, 170 favorites? And I like Senga. At that price, it's the price because I don't. He's going to go 5 innings and then anything could happen. Again, it's price wise. I like Arizona, KC, and Tampa. 2 guys I like this. How about an under? These offenses are terrible. Under. First 5 under, first 3 under, first 7 under, first 8 unders, all day unders in that game. And we got the one more 1 o'clock game in this one, or how are we going? The 5?
We'll stop it there. We'll doing 5 first. We'll stop it there. All right. I'll tell you what I think about these games here. Say Collins, you say it's Paul Skeens Day. It's Colin Ray's day. Ray's putting up he's putting up Cy Young numbers up there. I'll take the Cubs here plus the price. And listen, his ERA is better than Skeens. The Chicago pounds the ball. 27 homers in 14 games here on the road. The Pirates in their 13-day games, $1.92. So I'll take Colin Ray on Colin Ray Day today. Their Pirates bullpen past 6 games, ERA over 6. I got to take. I agree with this big line move. I was surprised it was as high as it was last night. But I see $1. I see Pittsburgh down to $1.27 in some places now. That thing is really, really going the other way here. But I like the Cubs in that spot. Yeah, just give me Cleveland because that's what they do. They beat bad teams at home. Minnesota's lost 12 of 16 on the road where they hit 209. Cleveland
125 at BOL right now. 124.
Wow. A lot of steam the other way. They thought that Colin Ray had his numbers from last year. And then they looked at this year's number. What's going on here? Maybe he'll regress back to he was in his back of his baseball card. I've heard that talked about before.
Now, not to cut you off here with these games, but at this point here, when you're getting on 25s, I mean, there's like 140 out there. This is where I'd say, you know what? I'll take a shot on a plus 160 run line with the Pirates. Like, at that point, you're going to give me big plus money on another side of something, kind of like the puck line and hockey. Like you're kind of getting a little too low. Like 125 now. Like, all right, at that point, I'll take a loss. But if I'm going to get 160, it's worth a shot.
Yep. That's no doubt about that.
Did that guy die?
I don't know. I didn't find out. I didn't get that result whether or not he did or didn't. I don't know.
He's in critical condition.
He's
in critical condition right now after falling 21 feet. I think he was trying to catch a homer. So what happened?
No, it wasn't a home run. He just got excited for a double.
He jumped. He looked like he just jumped and did like flips in the air. Like, what was he thinking?
Yeah, it looked like a New Jack jumping off a scrapple onto a table. But there was no table there. He missed the table. That's what it looked like there. It was crazy. But I look at Cleveland in that spot. They beat bad teams at home, 13-2 at home against teams with 380-40 win percentage the last 1+ season. So I'll look at Cleveland in that spot. And let's see here. What am I going to do in that one? I'm going to take Tampa Bay on the run line, get that big plus price there. Seth Lugo's numbers, although they look good on paper, but his advanced numbers have not been good. So I'm going to look here at Tampa Bay. Of course, KC hitting just 202 on the road. Rays hit better against right-handed pitching. KC has a very high whip on the road with their bullpen. And the Rays bullpen past 6 games, an ERA of 1.29. So I'll look here at the Rays on the run line. What have we found here? Yeah, we look at Lugo. Lugo's FIP is 4.63, and his issues is he gives up the home run ball. His strikeouts are under 20%, walks up at 8.1%. Baz has just been solid here. A whip of 0.99, 32% strikeout rate. Yeah, I'll take the Rays run line in that spot. All right, let's continue on. Here on the Tony's Morning Show as we close out Major League Baseball with these final 6 games here on the board. We've got Brewers and White Sox. The Brewers $1.74, total 8.5. Athletics and Rangers. We've got the Rangers favorite here, $1.42, total of 9. Nats and Phillies. The Phillies $1.66, total of 10. Red Sox and Blue Jays. Blue Jays $5 here on both sides, total 8.5. Tigers at the Angels. Tigers still about $1.14 on the road, total 8.5. And we close out with the Rockies and the Giants. Giants up to $2.50, total 7.5 there. We start here with Rod.
Ugh. $2.50? Is Verlander minus $2.50 all of a sudden? Yeah, but Freeland isn't much better. So give me the over 7.5 there. And that one that seems a little bit light. I think we'll get plenty of runs in that one. If he gets over the 7.5 there. And then another one I'm looking at is the Jays. What a comeback. I think that momentum that they carries over here in this one. They can beat up Houck. Hawkins, no prize chicken. He'll be serving up the meatball today to the Blue Jays. So give me the Blue Jays on that one. Tanner Houck's been awful. And, hey, Taiwan Walker's on the mound. Hey, it's still early, though. He usually pitches well early in the season, and then he usually tails off as the season progresses. So is it time to jump off Taiwan? I don't know. I'm going to take the under in that game at 10. I think that's way too many runs there in that one. Give me the under 10 between Washington and Philly. And then when they broke, don't fix it. Hey, we see that Oakland is a dog again. Hey, take the no runs first inning. It just keeps continuing to hit when Oakland been playing, and they're on the road as a dog. Take the Nerfy. Just continues to cash in that one.
Yeah, let's run on over to Chris.
Yeah, I did the video on the Athletics Texas. You guys can check that one, but I'll tell you here. There's a little bit deeper dive over there. Texas run lines where I'm at. I like Malley better than I do Springs. Springs can get hit up, and Texas loves to with the stats they've got against him. So we'll take Texas on the run line there. I'm also going to go with Toronto. I like Barrios better than I do Hawk all day. And you're getting me looking at minus 108 in one of my books here. So I'll definitely take Toronto on the money line there. And yeah, I think Freeland and Verlander can get hit. So I'm going to take over in the Giants Colorado game. I've got a premium on the Detroit game, so we'll leave that alone. I don't know why I want to take the plus 1.5 with the White Sox, but it's a lean. I haven't done that this season, so why not today? We'll do White Sox plus 1.5 run line.
Yeah, we're with Chris on over to Sean.
I mean, I guess you just got to do the Brewer run line there, minus 105, 110, whatever, because the White Sox are just atrocious. Right, I almost did the under in this Ranger game. I had it yesterday. I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll do it again today here. I'm torn on it because I don't know. Molly he's an old Reds guy who I liked back then. Had some arm injuries, stuff like that. He's just been so good so far, but the old back of the baseball card says that's not going to last.
that's what they always worry about, right? That's what we worry about with what we're calling rain today. I got the same worries.
Nats and Phils. I would lean Phils just because it's a big number, and I'm not a big Walker guy. But again, didn't play it. Over again in the Red Sox Toronto game. Yes. Angels, I got up. That's my go get that one. That's up on the site. And the Rangers and the Rocks. Here we go. I mean, I do not love Verlander, but the Rockies actually won a game. 2-1. Somehow they pull out a 2. It's not like they were like, yeah, they busted out of it for their 5th win in the year. No. It was a 2-1 game. Unbelievable. Yeah, it would be like a giant run line.
Their offense played a losing game and win.
I'll get some Ruby props I'm going to add to the comment section here in a second for the end of show picks in this game with San Fran. So.
Yep, Justin. Yep, the homeless, if not, their numbers have been terrible in day, better at night. So yeah, we know the homeless are nocturnal people. So no doubt about that.
The sun.
Yes, they're usually asleep when you walk around. They're usually sleeping during the day. Yeah, at least with the homeless that I see, and they're always asleep during the day, roaming around at night. All right, I'll tell you, I bet it, but I can't put it in the site because we can't put minus run line. I think it's minus 105, minus 110. Yeah, I do like Brewers run line. Although Chicago tried to screw it up last night with runners on base, but believe it or not, the Milwaukee bullpen got out of the jam in the night. Of course, they do it against the White Sox because that run line was in deep doo-doo last night in that 9th inning because the White Sox decided to extend the game by getting runners in scoring position to try to turn that 2-point loss to a 1-point loss, 1-run loss. But the Brewers bullpen got out of it, saved my ass. But I bet them again, but I can't post it because it's a minus 105, minus 110. But Brewers have been hitting pretty well. Their bullpen in pretty good form of late last 6 games. And this White Sox hitting $1.97 at home. I'll look at that run line there. I'll go under again with the Athletics Rangers. Under now, 14 of 16 now at home for this Rangers team. Athletics just 206 batting in their 11-day games. Texas 207 in their day games. We know Molly at home has been sharp. 1 run allowed in 19 2/3 innings. Can this last one more game and then go back to your baseball card after that? Is what I'm asking there in that one, like under in that spot. Yeah, I agree that with Toronto. Tanner Hawk. What's he still doing? What's he still doing in the starting rotation? I mean, this situation should get back to the bullpen here pretty soon. Barrios I'll back him again. I think Chris said I'd take Barrios over Hawk any day, but Boston's not hit well against the division. Toronto does hit the ball well at home. Blue Jays bullpen in the month of April, ERA of 3.18. And the team marked beyond Hawk this season, 1-5. If you bet Hawk every start, you've lost 6 units. That's all you need to know about that one. And I'll look at the Tigers there at this price. Not sold on this Angels team. They've really hit a skid here. And also, it's their first home game off a long road trip, which always concerns me here. So I'll look out for Tigers here. Tigers bullpen was sharp in April, 2.20. And I'm a big fan of Casey Mize. You know, again, you look, if you bet Detroit against these bad teams, 7-0 against teams with 380 to 460 win percentage this year, when turning 8 units. I think we had a discussion off air here about how well some of these teams do against the bad teams. And Detroit's one of those teams that pounds the bad teams. And that's what you got here is Detroit against a bad team. So I'll take Detroit in that spot. All right. So, yeah, you could say Pistons and Detroit parlay. Maybe we'll see that later in the show. All right, let's continue here on. I think Ron Hahn would like that one a lot. Let's continue here on the 26th and morning show as we get on over to the NHL. Yes, probably one of our last days where we have 4 playoff games. I don't know if we're going to have this anymore. We know it's not going to happen in the NBA. But NHL, we got to enjoy it where you got it. We got 4 playoff games, a lot of closeouts here. Leafs and Senators, can you do it, Leafs? Well, if you do it, you're going to have to do it here in this game on the road. Senators favorite here, $1.24, total 5.5. We'll see it collapse. We don't know. Golden Knights at Wild. Can the Golden Knights close it out? $1.60 on the road, total 5.5. Stars and the Avs. The Avs big favorites, $1.83, total 163. Okay, here you go, Oilers. You got the closeout at home. You should take care of business. The line tells you that. Oilers at the choking Kings. Oilers, $1.65, total 6 odd over to Rod.
Yeah, looking at that one, I think we see the books will put that thing down to a 6. All right, give me the over. I think we see and revert back to the plenty of scoring like we have seen throughout the series. That last game was it was definitely close, tight game, but in Edmonton, I think the offense is shine again there. Give us the over 6, and then looking at Toronto and Ottawa. Well, you let the Ottawa Sens back into it, and you know what? I think you open the door, and when you open the door, it's that time of the year. Leafs always watch out, choking hazard in full effect here with the Leafs. So talk about the Leafs fall. It's not fall, but it is spring, and they're not springing. It sprung out to a nice 3-0 lead, and then I believe the number now is 1 and I want to say 15 or 1 and 16 in closeout games for the Leafs over the last decade of them trying to close out series. It hasn't been pretty. And Ottawa's got all the momentum. That building's going to be rocking. And as I alluded to at the start of the series, somebody has your number, and he's working a shout-out on you. His name is Allmark. He came from Boston. We're seeing Game 7 in the Battle of Ontario. Give me Ottawa in that matchup. And then, I don't know. I want to see another Game 7, Tony. I'm going to take Minnesota here to force Game 7 against Vegas. I don't want to lay that type of price with Vegas on the road there in that one. Hey, dumb call. Youngster made a bad move and put himself offside and cost the Wild that game. They had it. They were up 3-2. Goal got called back for offside. Vegas got the winner in overtime. Now at home here in Minnesota. Minnesota could easily be up in this series and be ready to pounce Vegas. This series is done. Give me the Wild there in that one. And then a series that is done, though. Bye-bye, Colorado. I know you were home in this one, but Dallas already went into Colorado and got themselves a win. Dallas is the better team in that one. Better goalie. We've seen what Blackwood did in that last game, and he got pulled. Yeah. So who are you going to go to now? You're going to go to your backup there? I think it's Wedgwood. Dallas knows all about your backup. So you're going to have to throw Blackwood back in there and hope that he can stand up. I think Dallas figured something out. Give me the Stars to eliminate the Avs tonight.
There from Rod. Going back to that Leafs the record there. Was that this game also part of that streak when Gretzky's team went into Toronto in Game 7, beat Gilmore and the Leafs? Is that part of that streak there? That 1 in 15 or 17 or whatever it is?
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. It's been the streak of trying to close out series.
That was a very famous one there when the Kings got to the Stanley Cup Finals. They had to beat Toronto in a Game 7 in the in the finals of the Western Conference. I think it was Western Conference. I don't know what it was. What the hell is it? Yeah, what the hell was Toronto playing the Kings in the Western Conference final, or Clarence or was it the Campbell Conference?
It was the Western Final, but the winning the Campbell Trophy that that they were giving out back in the day. But yeah, that's exactly what it was. And Gretzky, that was totally a penalty on Gretzky. It was definitely because his name was Gretzky, and he got away with one in that one, and burnt the Leafs, sent them back. But then a quick payback, Montreal whooped the Kings.
Oh yeah, round. Well, that stick on McSorley's stick was too long. The stick was too long.
The stick was too long, way too long.
That cost them because they had a lead in game one, and it cost them there. That was a very famous series there. It got LA excited because we never seen the Kings in the Stanley Cup final before.
That's one thing.
That was miracle.
Just think back in the day, they used to measure for sticks. I haven't seen a stick measurement in a lot of years, Tony. I'm telling you, some of those the sticks are pretty. They got quite the curve going these days. No one calls that play. No one actually wants to. No one wants to take the opportunity to be that coach that goes, "Okay, I'm going to take a chance." And if it fails, because it can backfire, and you end up on the penalty kill instead of trying to get that penalty. So it can backfire on you and wipe out the whole series.
Don't they have to measure the padding? The padding, right? The padding.
Yeah, the padding. Yeah, you can measure the goalie's pads. Is the goalie's pads too wide? Because they do have set limits on what you put the curve of the stick, the length of the stick. All those have regulations. So you can challenge if you think that a player's got an illegal curve on his stick, but you just don't see it as much as you used to back in the day. That was the go-to back in the day. You were down 2-1, getting late in the game. Let's find who's the guy, with the biggest snipe on his stick. Well, get him. So they would challenge it. He's got a legal stick, man. Because I don't think there was the penalty back in the day.
Okay.
Like there was when you challenged, it was okay. It wasn't so negative. But now they were like, okay, there were too many of those. So you challenge it, it's not. Well, then you get the penalty. So that's why I think we have less of those stoppages because it slows down the play.
Yeah. And of course, all the rules have been because those 2-line offsides that was negated now because they try to speed up the game there with the delayed offside. Used to drive me nuts with all these stoppages, these offside stoppages, and all this 2-line.
Hey, there's enough stoppages for TV timeouts. When you're at the game, you'll notice the TV timeout because holy man, the little red light comes on. And you're like, and you can see it in the penalty box. They have a little red light, and everybody waits. They skate around the ice and clear the ice. When you actually went to a game, you'll see that. You don't see that stuff on TV. There's actually there's a long breaks. These guys get plenty of built-in timeouts on TV timeouts in hockey.
We want to tell you what is it, you ever go to a game televised by TNT in the NBA? That is the worst. There are so many breaks whenever TNT televises a game in person. Oh my God! It's just so many breaks. It's just
so many breaks. Right? The red light comes on. And you're waiting, and then everybody's standing around.
that West Coast game that's not televised by TNT. They start at the same time. That game finishes half an hour before the TNT game. If you ever noticed that, if two teams play on West Coast at the same time, the game that's not televised on TNT finishes about half an hour sooner. It's insane. It's horrible to be in person with that. Oh God, it's just mind-boggling there. All right, so we got you ready to roll here. Let's see if Sean, you got anything on the ice tonight?
I actually, you know what? I want to take Toronto just because everybody's written them off that they're choke artists.
But they are.
I get it. You know me. I'm gonna always go to that team nobody wants to love. I like abuse, right? I like pain. I don't know. I want to do Toronto. I want to do Toronto. I want to do Dallas. I want to do Minnesota. I got nothing on that Kings game.
He cuts his steak against the grain. There you go. All
Minnesota,
right.
You want though? I agree. Take Minnesota.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't want to think look at you. I'm going to take all the road teams that are dogs or all the underdogs or something. The Maple Cheeks. I like that. That's
Maple Cheeks. That's a funny one. All right, we got you through the hockey. Now it's time for our Parlay Purples. Amen. Where our cappers can give out a parlay. They give out a team player prop, game of the future, or just play it straight. We leave it up to the cappers in this segment. We start with Rod.
All right, so we're going to stick with hockey. We're going to take Ottawa, Minnesota, Dallas. Little three-teamer in hockey.
Yeah, with Rod on over to Chris.
Yeah, we'll take Cubs Pirates under first 5. We'll go Texas run line, Toronto money line. And then your home run prop for the day. Yesterday's prop on the show was Alejandro Kirk for plus 800. He hit last night. That was a nice one. So today we're going to go a little bit bigger on somebody I overlooked in the video. I've got you 3 over there on the video. But today we're going to go Tyler Fitzgerald with the Giants. He's at plus 1,000. He's already got 2 home runs off of Kyle Freeland in the past. Take a shot with Tyler Fitzgerald today, plus 1,000.
There you go with Chris on over to Sean.
Yeah, well, here we go. You see Fitzy calling up the ring. There he is, 255 for the Ribby. He's got good numbers, and not only that, he's having a nice little season as well for San Fran. So 255 the Ribbies. I like the Ribbies. 23 and 33 plus 700 with Ribbies here to end the show. Straight by themselves. We're not putting these in some kind of round robin parlay nonsense. Ramos plus 170, Lee 185, Flores 175, and Fitzgerald 255 for you. Again, this is Colorado on the road. You just won the game 2-1. But come on, fluke. I'm not a Verlander cat, but Colorado's bad. I mean, really, are they going to win Are they going to win 40 games this year? What do you think, guys?
The thing is once we get in the summer, in the June, July, August months, that's when the ball carries the most in Colorado, so that the hitting will get better for Colorado. I did last year. If you go back and look at their Aprils, they've had all losing units in April there, especially there. So I think what we saw last year, same thing. They had a horrible start at home, and they made money at home because they were winning games at home in the summer months, late June, July, August, and September. So I'm not going to count them out yet because we've seen. Look at the numbers. They've had bad Aprils of late. Don't never play them a home dog. Well, that was the case last year. They couldn't cash for you as a home dog last year. But as the weather got warmer, so did their bats. So and the crowd shows up. They're not coming to these Rockies games when it's 40 degrees. I mean, it's like too damn cold. These guys don't. You see these stadiums in these night games when it's freezing. People don't want to go out there. Yankees always have a lot of empty seats, and they're a World Series team, right? So it's just a situation there where it's just I think a little. Once the summer hits, I think you'll see a difference in the Colorado bats come alive a little more. There. And then, of course, the bullpen will get worn down for all the teams that go in there, right? So you get a 3 or 4 game series in Colorado, your bullpen's taxed. Guess what? They're going to get even more taxed there.
Yeah.
So things will change as we get into the summer months there. I should have remembered that. I got burned with Colorado home dog too much, but I remembered in April they sucked and May they sucked too. It didn't happen until June when they started winning games in June last year. I'm going to go here with Nuggets plus the points. Give me the Brewers run line, and with Athletics Rangers under the total. All right, we got you through our Parlay Purple segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. We gave you our free picks, but if you want our best plays, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Link in the description. You'll be able to see what we got rolling on over at Tony's Picks. That's where we have our best bets with leaderboards showing you our top performers in our industry. We'll talk about see what Rod's got for sale. Speaking of top performers, top performer on the site for 2025, like he had a good year last year. This year, 5,181 units of profit over at Tony's Picks. All document. Rod, what you got for sale?
I'll bring over to Tony's Picks today. My usual suspects going on. We got my NHL one-timer play on a nice 11-4 run with it. So definitely scoop that up. Got my NBA drop a dime play. Hey, we dropped it yesterday with the NBA play, so still on a nice little 7-2 run there. And then my MLB play of the day. Hey, we crushed it yesterday with the who did we have yesterday? Seattle on the run line, beating up on the Angels in that one. So on a nice 17-3 run with it. You can get all 3 of those best bets in each sport in my Mix 4 Triple over at Tony'sPicks.com. But better yet, you can see we've been hot. Don't miss out on anything. Then I got rolling. Grab that 2-for-1 capper pass or grab something long term. That is the way to go here at Tony's Picks. You guys, I find something late info type place. Hey, you'll get that email directly to you when you're aboard long term here at Tony's Picks. That's the way to go here. Don't forget Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off. Jump aboard while we're hot, heating up, smashing it out the park, and crushing the books.
That's right, guys. Yeah, we're right over at Tony's Picks. All records are documented. You can verify that by just going to Rod's handicap. Right? See all the green there for Rod. Having great years. So get on board with Rod now at Tony'sPicks.com and get signed up. All right, we'll take a look here and see what's rolling here over at Tony's Picks with Chris. Chris put together a profitable NBA here over the past 7. What you got for sale, Chris?
I got you guys a 3-pack in baseball today. Best bet, 2 premiums, and then got you a best bet in the NBA playoff tonight in the Detroit Knicks game. So go pick that up. We're 4-0 in our best bets in the NBA the past 4 days, so we're looking to keep that going this week. But yeah, I've got my MLB season pass up there loaded for you guys that gets you all the picks that I have for the baseball season. Also, hop on to the long term, short term. We're headed to the weekend. We got a ton of action still. We still got playoff games coming up. We've got loaded cards of baseball. So you hop on something long term. I can get you that late steam, the TBDs. We're seeing some people get scratched and moved around. So yeah, hop on something there. Let me get you that 2-for-1 capper. 2 people putting money in your pocket makes a lot of sense. So do that. And don't forget to use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save you the 15%.
Very good. Get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks. He's locked and loaded here for the card here for you on Thursday. Remember, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit or amount purchases credit back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. So go ahead and get on board with Chris over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can scroll down and see his long-term packages. So get signed up. Let's take a look, see what Sean's got for sale over at Tony's Picks right now. Sean, what you got rolling here? It's showing about 1,100 units profit for the year.
Yeah, listen, got to get baseball on track. Winning day yesterday, had the Wolves also. So there you go. 1-0. You see the numbers there. But baseball struggled a little bit this year. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. I'll get back on track here. And yeah, all my winnings were all from college basketball. Great college basketball year, and hockey and NBA the last 2 weeks. I'm like 2-10 or some crap. So why bother with me? Go take freaking Rod. The guy is freaking ridiculous. I'll go. But they're say the numbers are right there, folks. There's no one else. Sorry for everybody else. And that's if you go to leaderboard, Tone, everybody's on the leaderboard for 2025. Like, I mean, it's not like people are crapping. But he's just so hot right now. Take him with the number 2 guy. Put the leaderboard up. Get off my name. Go to the yearly leaderboard. That's all you need to know. Rod is freaking. I saw Rod today. Holy cow! Guy's freaking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Look at the freaking Rod.
Yeah,
running away with his 2-1 over everybody.
Yeah,
and that's just 5 guys because I know I'm in the top. I'm up for the. I can't even make the list.
Yeah, I can't even make the list with the 1,100. I know we got very good cappers at Tony's Picks. I do manage it tight though. That's the key. But we got our cappers are performing great here at Tony's Picks. You can see the leaderboards. A lot of the guys you see on our leaderboards are produce the content. Ron Crawford on the happy hour. You got 2 guys on the happy hour on this leaderboard. And Ramon has been doing some good numbers too. Fantastic work there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand. I do my own show. You try to tell people like, oh, well, look at your pick. Folks, it is hard enough to win in one sport where Rod's crushing or whoever across the board here. You're winning across the board all at one time. Or ride that horse, baby. Get on it. It is extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. I'll tell you, 25 years of doing this crap, bro. It is tough to be rolling hot and everything. I'm prime example. College basketball, look at me. I'm on a cloud. It's over. Here we go. Here comes crashing back to earth because 60% is a ridiculous thing to hit, and Rod is crushing it right now. Sorry to pump you up, Rod. I'm sorry. I'm like, why? I'm just saying, like, don't take me. I tell you, I'm struggling in baseball right now. I'm a couple games under 500. And again, the worm will turn. I'm not sweating. I'm not worried about that. I've done this a long time. But, man, you see those runs. We've seen them. People go on them. You got to get on. That's it. Buy Rod. Don't buy me. I'm not making money, but I'm not making money like Rod across the board in 3 sports.
Definitely, Mr. West, because we're saying we got to give Zach a little credit for him falling. To add it to our wins this year with Zach Allen falling. So
WNBA is coming too. So there's another sport I won't do anything for you in. So
preseason. So I can't wait. We had a nice winning year last year in the W. So let's get to it. I can't wait. I love the W. We'll add that to the NBA. Or the MLB in the summer. All right, I love it. Good insight.
We might have some Derby picks for you on Saturday, maybe some Oaks picks Friday. We'll see how it rolls here with the cappers got rolling here. Yeah, Derby coming up here.
I'll have some Derby picks for you on Saturday. Don't worry. I'll pop in Saturday morning. You'll get some Derby picks. Love the Derby. It's a time where you can make some money. Don't worry, we'll get some Derby picks rolling along.
Those right there, yeah. WNBA, it is a sport. It had become a sport last year. Rod's been covering it before it was cool. So it's been
before it was cool. Yeah, I was deep diving and covering W, and it was when it was awful. But it's improved. So love to see. We'll see the Valkyries rolling along this season as well.
Yeah.
So,
Valkyries. We'll see. I love the name, but I don't know about the team. An expansion team in the W. That's scary.
It is a scary thing, but hey, they might surprise. What happens is they'll get undervalued and get a bunch of big giant spreads. So we'll get some of those big giant numbers, and we know that the fade the ace. That's also included the fade the aces, who will be like, look, they're plus 23 at home, and we'll be like, yeah, all right, we'll take it with the Valkyries and plus 23.
We might have to fade the Sparks because Plum is over with the Sparks. They made a trade, right? There was a big trade in the offseason with Plum. I like Kelsey Plum. She's got a really good looking.
Was that a real article? I saw that what's her name was betting on her own games, Brittany Griner. Is that true?
I had not heard anything. If she was, she would be in the league. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, so
yeah, it's probably just fake stuff. You know, a lot of nonsense out there. If you are, you're banned from the game. It's like any other sport, right? They follow the NBA protocol. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, by the way, I got a best bet on the board from Major League Baseball. Also, a 3-pack mixing 2 from baseball, 1 from MLB, number 2 in baseball this year over at Tony. Yeah, it's hard to get to number 1, right? Some of these guys have been strong there, but hey, get on board with me over at Tony's Picks. 2-for-1 capper promotions. You can match with your favorite capper to go ahead and get signed up. All right, guys, we're with you here Monday through Friday here on the Tony every day here at TonySpicks.com, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us, get the plays in real time, and of course, hit that like button. We greatly appreciate it. But if you happen to miss a live show, well, guess what? You can easily find it over on our YouTube channel where we have our archives. So just type Tony Spicks in the search. You'll be able to find our live show here archive, so you can check it out there. Happy Hour airs Monday through Friday here at 5 Eastern. There, Rod up there. You'll see Ramon and Ron, regulars there. We'll see some of our other cappers pop into that happy hour as well. So check it out. We do have a members only feature. I made it $5. You can get my compilation videos live instead of waiting for the editors to chop them up and put what you call, they put the thumbnails. It's usually a few hours when I shoot them until they're posted. So you got to have them right away. You can get the members. You can become a member, just basically supporting the channel and giving you a little perk there. $5 a month. We greatly appreciate that. If you want to contribute something, you can do that. Going to use the money we make from this for a live odds feed that I'm working on right now. I got to actually, let's see if I could just show you a little bit of it right here. What I want to do is I want to have a live odds feed that's like the old SBR. Remember that old one? And we're working on it. But what we're going to do is I got all the sharp book. I got all the odds from the sharp books. And what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see, we're live odds. Let's see, let me see where this thing is at here. I think I put, maybe you want to just show, we're working on it right now. It's already uploaded on our server, but it's not completed yet. Here we go. So we're working on it. It's still in the working phase, but the most important part of this thing is that we do have, I got to pay the programmers here to keep it updated and finish it. So that's what I'm just going to use that revenue for. Any of the YouTube members' money is going back to the site. But I'll just give you a real sneak peek of it here. I'm putting a live odds page together at Tony's Picks. And most importantly are the books, right? We want to have, I got the live Pinnacle odds. I got the live Bet Chris odds. I'm going to get the Circa odds. All these odd providers are giving me the odds. And, they want the odds up there. They don't like the fact that some of these people put them behind a pay window. Well, Tony, are you going to pay? I charge people? No, I'm going to make it free. Okay. Yeah. We want our odds out there. We don't want people paying for this stuff. We want them to bet. I said, okay. So I got the Pinnacle live odds. I got the Bet Chris live odds. I got the Circa live odds. I got live odds from several books. So we're going to give it to free. You're not going to pay anything for this. So for those of you that say, hey, what about the stats? There's no better tool than having live odds from the sharp books. There really isn't. I mean, you're going to have the Bet Chris, you're going to have the Pinnacle, you're going to have the Circa, and more up here at FanDuel, DraftKings. We're getting on a 2-minute delay. That's all really you need. And they're going to be moving. We're just right now in the construction phase, but that's what I'm going to use that membership money for. It's just throw it back to you guys right there. So you can see putting together a live odds page at TonySpicks.com. So we got stuff going on here, guys. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and set those notifications. So we'll teach you guys how to screen read, how to find the sharp money, stuff like that. Yeah, that's pretty good there over at Tony's Picks. All right, let the guys talk about what they got up on the channel. Rod, what you got over at Tony's YouTube? We know your live show here at 5 p.m. Eastern time and more.
Yeah, definitely tune into the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern. Good time had my all over there on the happy hour. Sean's grilling meat. He's giving direction. I think Ramon was wearing a purple shirt. Well, we called it what we called it, crescent blue or something.
Crescent
it was
blue.
looking kind of purpley, bluey. Anyways, tune into the happy hour. Good time had by all there, and we'll get you the latest info on injuries and new pitchers rolling out. Because that'll be key going forward in the baseball season, as we know that the TBDs will be coming for sure as we go move forward. So definitely tune into that 5 p.m. happy hour show. Love doing it Monday to Friday here at Tony's Picks. And then also, if I didn't cover hockey today, well, I did, but I was excited. But a little deep dive over on the YouTube channel on the hockey, so definitely go check it out.
Absolutely. And of course, Chris, you've got your home run props. A lot of great comments from the folks on your videos, home run props and more.
Yeah, they seem to love it. They let me know when I don't do well, which is cool. I don't mind that at all. But everybody lets me know when I do well. Everybody likes it. I like the interaction too that you guys are putting in there. Somebody I might have missed or whatever. I've even put in a couple that you guys have put and we've hit. So yeah, just keep going back and forth there, trying to build up this audience, try to get in here. I've been here since September of last year, so I'm one of the newer cappers. So I'm just trying to hang in here. I had the NBA for a while. It was nice air up there, but I had to move back down, and just a little bit too much for me. But I still try to chase these guys all the time. So I try to give you guys good props, do the best research I can for you guys, and love the interaction. Appreciate everybody doing that. And yeah, try to give you guys a baseball pick a day on a game I like. I don't try to just throw you something out there. Try to take my time with it. So yeah, we're just trying to hang around here with these guys and keep giving you the best props. I may have some strikeout props depending on who's on the mound, and then maybe looking to do something a little bit deeper with a total, maybe a side, maybe some props all in one video. Kind of wrap that up in a package for you. I'm working on a situation right now with that to put that out for you guys, but I'm just going to keep trying to kill it the rest of the summer.
Yeah, good there with Chris. Of course, Sean, we got you here pretty much on the mornings.
Morning, guy. Although I do pop in the chat. Yeah, grill tonight. No grill today. I think I'm going to go over to Spring Creek. I got a gift card. So Spring Creek, whatever. It's for like $40, but I go there. It's like $120 out the window. But Spring Creek barbecue day. Although yesterday I had nice jalapeno and cheddar sausage yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, nice. And then I actually grilled up. I had not grilled. I threw it in the pan, like shaved chicken. So I threw that in a frying pan. I put some seasoning on top of that to like kind of. My son liked the Cajun. It's a garlic parm by like Weber does it or something, kind of like a grill mate kind of thing. So I threw that on top of it because he didn't want it. Sometimes I put some just some hot sauce in it and make it out. But I wanted the sausages. I was like, I'm gonna move some jalapeno sausage. But the shaved chicken, you throw a little Frank's Red Hot in that or whatever, mix it up, throw that on a roll. Listen, the key to the chicken cheesesteak is the cheese. You don't put the regular provolone or whatever type cheese. You go to the restaurant and you sub blue cheese. Blue cheese splattered right on the roll. The buffalo hot chicken on top of the blue cheese, not regular cheese. Blue cheese already on the bun. Chunky.
Nice.
You need the Marzini or the Ken's refrigerated real blue cheese, not some nasty ass crap craft out of
Kroger.
Yeah,
Don't get the
Kroger.
The Kroger stuff is the Kroger's run off the shelf. You see the Kroger, you can't find the Kroger. That's half price of all the name brands.
You got to get your blue
find
cheese.
Find the refrigerated blue cheese. Definitely.
Have you had the Bob's Big Boy? I don't know if you have that. That's always.
Yeah. No, hell no. Bob's Big Boy, blue cheese. What are you talking about here?
We have a blue cheese up here in Canada. I don't know if you get it down there. It's called Lighthouse. Lighthouse is the brand.
Yes, Lighthouse cheese isn't too bad, but that's like the yogurt cheese, isn't it?
No, it's
like yogurt Lighthouse.
It's a creamier blue cheese, right? Yeah. So it's for the people that can't handle eating a big chunk of blue cheese, right? It's like
I like that nasty moldy cheese.
Yeah, give me a big chunk of it.
Are you a big butcher burger guy? Where you just buy the you buy the burgers right from the butcher shop, right where they cut the meat?
No. I do my own burgers.
Do my own, yeah.
Same,
You got it.
you buy your cut.
I'll take the ground beef, whatever. Either I'll get the beef or the chuck sirloin, depending. Sometimes if the tri-tip's on sale, I'll buy that and have them grind it. I'll grind it, have them grind it up and have tri-tip burgers.
Tri-tip. Yeah.
And then it's easy. I smush it down in a big pan, and then I'll put a little, just a twirl of garlic, and then I'll use some burger seasoning, and then I'll mix it top up, mix it around together. Then another round of garlic, and then I'll put a different kind of seasoning on top, some kind of, burger and steak seasoning on it. It's all about the seasoning.
Seasoning.
See, I do that ahead. Did you do that ahead? I do like a batch of like 20 pounds of meat, and then you get a whole big batch, and then you make a whole pile of burgers, and then into the freezer they go. So you got to stack so that it's like
I'll do like
grab box. Be like, there you go,
3 pounds. I'll do like 3 pounds of beef for the burgers, and I'll cook them all at one time. So, but then again, it's like my son will have them for lunch the next day. Because I'm like, no, we're having leftovers the next day. I'm always like, oh, we got to cook. I'm like, I'm not cooking freaking food every stupid day. What are you out of your mind? Like, what the heck?
That's why if you cook the extra. Yeah.
No one wants like 2-day old, 3-day old food. No, I have it the next day. I have it for lunch.
Yeah, banana for one second.
No, Dave. Yes, pics from Dave, my guy. I'm gonna call Dave to get out of here.
Yeah,
I'm not having banana, Dave. That's not happening.
No leaf vegetables in his bun. No vegetables in his bun.
Right? I did have some salad, not yesterday, the other day, and it was Caesar salad, of course. I'm gonna have the extra Caesar salad.
And buy the Caesar salad in the refrigerator as well. Don't buy the crap.
Yes. Well, you have a Texas salad with the shredded chicken, shredded pork, and strip steak. Is that your Texas salad?
No, I do that sometimes though. Like when I do the like we have like taco day or whatever, I'll take the ground beef and just put it on top of the salad, right? I get the romaine, or I buy the pre-bagged Caesars because it's easier to do, so it's got the crap in there with the croutons and bacon. But I'll put that on a plate, and then I'll put I'll just kind of whip a little dollop of sour cream on it, and then I'll drop the meat on top of it, and then the cheese, and then I flip it over into another plate and mix it up, and then I'll put another sour cream in there. Not too much sour cream. It's all right. I don't want too much. I'm not big. I need it to kind of stick together though, because that's my dressing.
There you go. All right. Then we got some food tips there from Sean. We got him in there with the food tip for Sean. We
went from 119 views to 6.
Yeah. Of course, in Texas, grilling season, 12 months out of the year.
People like food. No, yeah. Sean, this numbers have went up. We've got about another 20-something people, 28 people tuned in since we started talking
for the food.
All of a sudden, they were like, "Hey, they're talking cooking over at Tony's Picks."
The likes have greatly increased. The likes go way up when we talk food. I noticed that.
People like food. They like the hits. I think we're giving them ideas for their own dinner to cook for dinner. So that's just I kind of like it. It's
that's the way that we're making everybody hungry.
Yeah, exactly. We all got to eat. We're all eating, so it's like, hey, we love to see what everybody else eats.
Barbecue picks. There you go. Your barbecue picks. Burn ends.
Burn ends. Oh,
that day is always burn ends.
They had this Alamo cattle seasoning's pretty good. I use that.
Cattleman's? Oh, I love Cattleman's. Oh my God, Cattleman's.
No, it's not Cattleman's. It's called Alamo. Alamo cattle.
Oh, yeah. Have this Cattleman's barbecue up here. Oh my God, so good.
There you go. All right.
Yes, Taylor ham and cheese, baby. Me, I'm just meat and cheese guy on that bread there. No, I don't want any ketchup or an egg. No. Straight meat and cheese on that bagel.
Meat and cheese. There you go. There you got it. We got you covered, guy. All right. Anybody else have anything to add before we close it out?
We closed it out yesterday with Alex Ovechkin getting that first goal for us. So today, Connor McDavid is going to get the first goal. Captain puts the team on his shoulder, comes firing out of that period, and gets the Oilers the lead early at a plus 1,100. Give me Connor McDavid first goal tonight in the hockey game.
You got it there from Rod. All right, that's going to do it here for Tony's Morning Show. We'll wait. Goodbye, guys. You guys make it a win day. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony's